Nathan, huge congratulations.
Thank
Late
you.
into the night here at the World Grand Prix, but you've got the job done over Michael Smith. Just how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, I'm buzzing with the win. Don't get me wrong. Michael Smith. He obviously, as we're good mates off the hockey. He's probably up there with the top 3 guys that I never want to play on stage on TV. And a dream of that, bloody hell. He's been playing well as well. But I do know he don't like this format. And I was like, you know what, because get him, as long as I kicked off, and I said it in my pre-match interview, as long as I score quite well, I will win this game. And I think that's what happened. It was patchy, you know what I mean? But when I was kicking off, I was following up with a 140. And, end of the day, I was the deserving winner of that game. He should never have won that match. If I lost that match, that's one of them games where, toys are out the pram, I'm quitting darts, all that kind of thing. I should have won that match. I was a deserving winner. Michael wasn't really in that game. But, fair play, he stuck in. But, yeah, it's a great win. First round of this tournament is always hard, but I've got over that now. And a bit of a longer format, and I feel like I'm into the tournament now.
How did you recompose yourself? Because you should have won it 2-0, and we saw the look of frustration. It was the Aspinall look at the board in anger. How did you recompose yourself?
It's like, obviously, I think the hardest thing was I should have won the ball in the back room. We had 2 outer balls each, and he missed the ball, and I missed the ball. And obviously going into that first set, obviously a short format, I'm like, right, listen, you should have won that ball. This should be me throwing now first, break him, hurt him. And that's what I did. I think I had a good leg. I think that was probably one of my best legs, maybe. You might correct me, but I think that was one of my best legs of the match. And I broke him, and obviously then you go back hold. And then I've got 3 bats at cherry then. And I'm one of them guys where I always say I don't miss many match darts to win matches, tournaments, whatever. And I missed them 3. And then I missed another 2, and I'm like, I ain't gonna keep missing, you know what I mean? So it was nice. I didn't want to go to a deciding set because, I'm not a bottle job, but no one likes playing it. A sudden death shootout for the second round of the Grand Prix, big money involved. But luckily, I nicked it, and fantastic win.
How difficult is it for both of you? Obviously, the time you went on, because when the schedule comes out, you've got a rough time. What you think you're going to be on, but late into the night, how difficult is that to then readjust your preparation?
It's hard because us guys, we try. Me personally, 3.5 hours. Before my match, if I'm on at 7 o'clock, I'll be here at 3:30. When you're on last game, whether it's this tournament, the Grand Prix, the match play, whatever it is, no one wants to be last because obviously games can run on. You look at last night. There was only 2 games that went 2-1. But it ran over by 50 minutes. So in my head, I'm going, I look at the schedule tonight, and this is what I've done today, and I'm going, well, I can see this. In my head, I thought there's going to be 5 games at 2-1. I don't know what there was, but it wasn't far off. I'm not going to be on till 11:45, and I don't think it was far off. I was there at 7 o'clock. That's nearly 5 hours. It's only so many darts you can throw practicing, and it is tough because you never know when you're on. But end of the day, we're all professional. We are used to it. It is tough, and it isn't. I swear down. For any dart player out there going, "What? That was rubbish game." You get here for 5 hours, thinking you're winning 3, and then set up in 5 hours. It's tough. Obviously I didn't play well. Michael didn't play well, but end of the day, one of us had to win, and I got through that game and I won.
So far this year, it's been a very good year for you compared to the last few. Do you feel rejuvenated, and how close are you to your brilliant best that got in the Premier League and won the TV titles?
Practice-wise, and everyone says it, but I'm amazing. I'm like, I found that hunger again. I said it in interviews during the match play. I was like that close to losing my career. I'm making good money for something I love doing. And obviously with my wrist, I thought my career was over, and that was it. I was going back, working tax bills out for people, directors, instead of people working tax bills out for me, about being a I'm up it. But you know, that's how I felt. I thought my career was over, but I've had this lifeline, and I feel rejuvenated. I've got the hunger back. I feel like I felt 2018 when I just won my tour card. I want to prove to everyone that I can be good. And you know, I think the results are, you know, speaking volumes. You know, I've won 2 Pro Tours. God knows how many semi-finals in European Tours. Can't go over that line. But now I've got that hunger back. I'm practicing. Like now, I can actually practice for more than an hour because my wrist is like probably nearly back to full. I can do 3-4 hours a day practice, which is what I'm about. And yeah, you know, Nathan's not far off being his best. And listen, I've got a holiday booked in January the 9th. But I want to cancel that holiday because I want to go Bahrain. So that's where my head's at.
Always a pleasure, Nathan.
Thank you.
Danny Noppert up next, someone who's been very consistent in TV tournaments lately. Can we expect to see a different version of yourself for that one?
Yeah, because I will not be on last. I'll be probably first game on, I reckon. Am I right?
Last.
You having a laugh?
It won't be as late though.
I'm last on. You having a tin bath?
Against UK Open champion.
Oh,
Big
dear. UK Open. I don't know then. Listen, it's a longer format. 8 games. You know, it's tough to call when games are going to go on, but yeah. It wasn't a bad performance at times, you know what I mean? But obviously, during the game, I felt tired. You know, I'm not going to lie, I felt tired. I'm not in bed at 8 o'clock, you know, watching Corrie, and I'm off to sleep. So yeah, I've got to try and prepare myself better, I think, on Thursday night. But it's a longer format, and yeah, it's going to be a good game against Danny.
You mentioned about Bahrain there and things like that. Have you got any other targets that you want to achieve between now and kind of January?
I want to win one of these majors, you know what I mean? 2019, a long time ago now, 3 years ago. I clearly can't do it on a European Tour event. You know, I've been to the semi so many times. I don't think the European Tour's for me. I might just pack that in, you know what I mean? But I think what I fancy one this year. You know, the back end of the year, I'm playing well. My practice is good. I want to win one of these tournaments, and you know, I can't say that word. Statistically speaking, you know, I'm one of the best finishers in the game, and you know, why can't this tournament be the one to kickstart or reboot my career?
Cheers, Nathan.
Nathan, you say about the doubles there, and that's statistically one of the biggest things for you. Do you feel like having that and going to this tournament could be a real hand up?
Yeah, and obviously I'm a big double 16 man. You know, that's what I try and lead. But I've decided to go for double 18 in this tournament, and I've been practicing. It's one of them darts where I don't try to leave double 18, but in my head when I'm playing in a match, when I leave double 18, I always seem to hit it. So I thought, you know what, why not give it a go? And I've been practicing it for 2 weeks, and the 18 to the treble 20 seems to be working, you know, brilliant for me. So that's kind of why I've done that switch. But yeah, you know I can finish as good as anyone. I can score as good as anyone. Put the two together, they're going to have to play well to beat me.
You say the switch, obviously it's easier going over to the 20s. Is that one of the reasons for it?
Yeah, definitely. You know, the double 16, I used to do the treble 19. But I've been toying with the 16s to the 19s, the 18s to the 20s for probably 3 weeks now. And the 1-5, I'm a statistic man. And the 18s to the 20s, the 1-5-6 compared to the 1-4-6 is night and day. And that's why I chose the 18s. And I think it's, you know, paid off tonight because there was one crucial moment when I kicked off with 1-5-6. And, you know, that won me the game.